for Lovers. Here with this week's awesome recipe is your host, Schuyler Wick.
Hey guys, I'm Schuyler Wick. Welcome to Recipes for Lovers. Today I'm going to be showing y'all how to make a Coca-Cola cake. First, what you're going to need to do is you're going to want to get a cup of flour. Well, actually you're going to need 2 cups of flour. And we're going to make, mix flour, sugar, and 1.5 cup of marshmallows into this bowl. And then we're going to mix this up. Most people think it's weird having a Coca-Cola cake, but it's really good. If you're an American, you're going to like Coke. If you're not American, you're still going to like it. Here's 2 cups of flour. Now we're going to need 2 cups of sugar. Doesn't really matter what kind of sugar you have, just as long as it'll get you cavities. It's one of my favorite recipes. Here we go. On the marshmallows, it doesn't really matter what kind of marshmallows you get. If you want to get big ones, you can chop them up, put them in there. It's the key ingredient to this cake. Makes it really, really good. But what I do is I'll get the small marshmallows, and it's a lot easier. You don't really have to cut them up because they're already small. If you want, while you're making this, eat a few marshmallows. It's not going to hurt anybody. Here we go. This cake is it's one of my favorite. Make it at home all the time. It's a huge family tradition, especially with Coca-Cola in it. It's going to be it's a real moist cake, but for most people who've never had it, kind of might be a little scared to try it, but it's definitely worth it if you like cake and if you like sweets. Here we go, just another 1/2 cup of marshmallows. And I did wash my hands, don't worry about that. Okay. Now, we're going to set this aside, and we're going to be boiling half a cup of Crisco, which is 1/2 stick. I already have it cut right here. We're going to put this in the pan. Make sure you don't get any foil in there. That won't be good if you choke on that. We're going to use 1 stick of butter. Doesn't matter what kind of butter you get. I have the fat-free kind, so it's a little bit healthier for you since we're going to be eating Coca-Cola cake. That's a lot of sugar. 3 tablespoons of cocoa. I have Hershey's cocoa. It's really good. I don't like to do that off-brand stuff. I like the real stuff. Okay. We're going to get 3 tablespoons of it. We're going to dump it in here. Make sure you get a even portion, so if you get too much, it's going to taste way too chocolatey, and you don't want that. Okay. We're going to set this aside. Now we're going to need 1 cup of Coke. We're going to pour this in the pot, and then we're going to boil it. And it makes it real delicious. You mix that Coke and that chocolate. That's a secret ingredient, just like the Krabby Patty formula. Now, we're going to mix this. You're going to want to cut it up. It's real hard to do it because of the butter and the Crisco, so it's going to take a while. You're just going to want to. It might be a little chunky, so you're going to have to be breaking it up for a little bit. So it's going to take a little bit. This is the key part to the recipe. If you mess this up, or if you don't mix it right and it's too chunky or anything, it's not going to taste the way you want it to. But right now I'm going to take a short break, and then we're going to come back, and it's going to be real good.
I used to be tired all the time, especially at the end of a long work day. I used to try other energy drinks, but they just didn't last long enough. That's when I tried 10-Hour Energy.
Formulated by a team of doctors, it has every vitamin and mineral from A to Z.
Keep you alert, awake, whether you're at school or, hey, whether you got a game going.
Achieve your goals and unlock your full potential with 10-Hour Energy. The power of your course.
Hi guys, welcome back. During the break, I took the pleasure into heating this up on the oven. This is the mix with the marshmallows and everything in it. It's going to be real creamy. It's going to start to look like a real cake mix. It's going to be really, really good. It's going to be really hot because it was just boiled. That's one of the main specialties of this cake. Now we're going to add half a cup of buttermilk and a tablespoon of baking soda and 2 eggs. And then we're going to mix this all up. You can use a spoon, you can use a blender, which is whatever you want to do. Okay. I already have the baking soda mixed in there during the break. We're just going to mix this up, chop it up, make sure it's all nice and blended in there. You're not going to want it really liquidy. It'll start to thicken up the more you stir it and stir it. Okay. Then, after this is all mixed up, we're going to start working on the icing. And if you want, you can use your own icing. You can go make it homemade, which is what I'm doing. Made my own icing. If you want to go to a store, you can buy pre-made icing, just whatever you want to do. The cake won't taste the same if you don't have the icing. So we're just going to stir this in real quick. Do a little bit of man work because I don't have a blender. So this is my workout for the week. Okay. There's going to be a little bit of chunks of marshmallow. Don't worry about that. Marshmallow is really good in there. That's what gives it good taste. Coca-Cola marshmallow is real good. Okay. Now, after that's all mixed up, we'll mix this up and we'll boil for the icing. We're going to need half a cup of butter, which is 1 stick. We're going to need 3 tablespoons of cocoa. One, 2, 3. Then we're going to need 6 tablespoons of Coke. Be careful on the amount of Coke you put in there because it'll get real liquidy and it's not going to taste real good. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Y'all can count with me if you want. 5, 6. Okay. Now, this can take a while to mix because the butter's hard, but once you put it on the oven, then it's not going to be a problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw this in the microwave for right now. Okay. Now while that's heating up, we're going to get back to the main part of the cake. We're going to keep mixing this, make sure those eggs are all mixed up and everything. Then after that, this is going to be baked for 45 minutes. During the break, I went ahead and made a cake, had it baked in the oven. You're going to want it at 350 degrees. Okay. I'm going to pull out the finished product right here. This is very delicious. It's going to be somewhat of a moist cake. I already have the icing on here and everything. You're going to want the icing to be cooled down. It's going to be hot, so you're going to want to throw it in the fridge for a little bit. We'll just mix this up. And then we're going to cut a piece. And here's Coca-Cola Cake. There you have it, guys. Y'all stay tuned into next week. Thank you. That was horrible.
Who did your CG?
Chris.
I'm impressed you fit it all in. Good job.
It was hard.